I believe God wants you to have just a list of things that you desire to do and desire to have, but also a list of things you must do and have before you go to heaven. I believe your bucket list should be your blueprint to design your life. Hey, I'm Terry Savelle Foy, your cheerleader of dreams. I want to share something with you. In fact, listen to what this couple, Ron and Louise, did in less than 1 year. I met them last week in Indiana, and Louise came to my conference about 9 months ago and just lit up with vision. She went home and made a vision board. Well, Ron saw all of her dreams and goals and got on board with the vision board. I met them recently, like I said, in Indiana, and they gave me this piece of paper. Listen to this. It says, I made a vision board to be debt-free and to have healthy living, in other words, lose weight, she said. We went to the vision board class, which we have the vision board course, and she said, God provided a way for us, and we received all He has taught us through our church and through Terry. Our mortgage is paid in full. She said, we saved 18 years of interest. This is amazing. Her Lexus is paid in full. Their 34-foot RV is paid in full. This is shocking. He lost 83 pounds. It's only been like 9 months. She lost 35 pounds. They're coaching and traveling together. She said, we are living our dreams, and it's only the beginning. Isn't that amazing? Well, you may have seen the movie The Bucket List with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. And of course, it's all about making a list of things you want to do before you kick the bucket. Well, I read where the top 10 bucket list items are. You want to hear this? 1 is skydiving. Number 2 is setting foot on all 7 continents. In other words, travel the world. Number 3 is pay off your mortgage like Ron and Louise did. Number 4 is swim with dolphins, which I did that one time, and they told me to kiss the dolphin, and the instructor goes, you got lipstick on the dolphin. Another is meet a hero, number 5. Number 6 is to bungee jump. I would never do that. Number 7 is run a marathon. Number 8 is travel first class. Number 9 is to write a book. And number 10 is to become a millionaire. Or I might say like eat cake without counting calories. That's a good one. But I believe, my point in telling you this, is I believe God wants you to have just a list of things that you desire to do and desire to have, but also a list of things you must do and have before you go to heaven. I believe your bucket list should be your blueprint to design your life. And I've received testimonies from people like Ron and Louise and people all over the world who are applying this teaching that I'm sharing today on having a vision board and setting goals for themselves, and they've achieved everything from paying off their mortgage, losing 75 pounds, getting in an Ivy League college, owning a home, getting a realtor's license, paying off debts, adopting a baby, going on mission trips. I get so many books from people, and I love it because they're getting their books published and in print. One guy bought an airplane or appearing on a TV show. Another friend of ours started their own reality TV show. Just to name a few. In other words, they're turning their bucket list into a blueprint for life. I met a girl last weekend who handed me her list of goals, which I love, at the end of our conferences, and I get to hug her by, and some people will walk up and hand me their goals. She came to our conference and she said, Terry, in less than a year, this is what God has done since she made a vision board. So she said, I reached my goal weight, paid off my credit card, finished 1 year of my Bachelor in Nursing completion program. I'm organizing my whole house. And she said, I got new gutters on my house. I was like, what? It was amazing to see all this. Well, I want that for you. In fact, I put together a goal-setting worksheet for you to access absolutely free just to help get you going. And I'll share the link at the end. But first, let me just tell you, when Rodney and I were building a house years ago, we made an appointment with the builder, sat down with him, and the first thing he asked us was this: what do you see? And he meant, in our imagination, like, what do you see on the inside? Like, what is your idea of the perfect home? Well, he expected us to expound, on all the images and the architecture and the design of our dream house. Instead, you know what I said? I don't know. He said, you don't know? I said, well, I see a house. I see a big house. I said, like, 2-story? He said, you don't know what you want, do you? Then he said 3 powerful words. He said, you're not ready. You know what? He may as well have said, you're not ready to live in your dream. You're not ready to build your dream. You're not ready to move beyond where you are today. You're not ready. In other words, you're content to stay where you are, and you will stay where you are until you get ready. I was like, gosh. Well, my point in telling you that is, what if God, the architect, wanted to meet with you tonight at 10 o'clock just to see what you want? You know, what if he said, show me what you want? What is your dream life? What do you want it to look like? What's your heart's desire? Would you have to say, like maybe hold up a vision board and just say, Lord, I don't know. Well, he might respond with, you're not ready. You say you want to pursue your dreams, but you don't know what your dreams are. Come back when you're ready. Well, are you ready to move beyond where you are today? I want to help you create a blueprint for your life. I want you to show God you're ready to make progress. God is the one who came up with this whole vision thing. Of course, vision boards and vision board parties, they've become popular. We even have the vision board course that churches and small groups and even schools are now using, which makes me so happy. But the majority don't realize that God is the one who wants us to have a vision and be clear on our vision. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Well, apparently a guy named Habakkuk, he was the first to start the whole vision board thing, because listen to what he said in Habakkuk 2:2. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and engrave it so plainly upon tablets that everyone who passes by may be able to read it easily and quickly as he hastens by. That sounds like a vision board to me. Now, I love the way the Message Bible says it. It says, then God answered, write this. Write what you see. Write it out in big block letters so it can be read on the run. Then it says this vision message is a witness pointing to what's coming. So God wants you to have a vision and keep it clearly before your eyes. Why? Because it keeps you focused. See, when your vision is clear, your results will appear. And I've seen everything from a Louis Vuitton purse that I wanted, or dishes for my kitchen, or paying off a swimming pool that cost more than our first house years and years ago, or school tuition for my daughter paid in full, or to speak at the largest church in France, or to be on a certain talk show. I've seen those dreams happen because, like I said, when the vision is clear, the results will appear. So see, your vision board, it adds clarity to your dreams. It helps you concentrate and focus on your specific life goals. I want you to know that what's in front of you is far more important than what's behind you. I always tell people to frame your future. Don't just frame your past. See, if all you ever surround yourself with is your past, what are you destined to think about? Your past. And see, your life moves in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. So if you think about your past, you'll live in the past. Well, we know writing your dreams and goals is a clear key to success. Just this right here. In fact, Henriette M. Clouser, she said, when you write something down, you are setting things in motion. So your assignment today is you simply need to write. This is what forces you to clarify what you really want. Now imagine going to the airport, purchasing a ticket to somewhere. No, you chart a particular destination. Imagine saying, I just need a ticket to somewhere. No, you have to write your dreams and goals the same way. You have to designate where you want to go. It's no different than saying, I am going to Seattle, Washington. Well, you're charting a course and you're deciding where you want to go in life. So I want you to identify your desires. What do you want? When was the last time you even asked yourself that question? Do you want to be debt-free? How much debt do you have? That's what you need to write down. Do you want to lose weight? Well, what do you want to weigh? Do you want to go to Italy? Do you want to teach children? Do you want to have your own interior design business? Do you want to be a missionary? Do you want to adopt a child, teach dance, save $10,000, record music, renovate your house? See, clarity about your dreams is the single most important step to success. Now, I want to recognize our subscriber of the week. So this week, and I've got the extra help of pronunciation. Thank you, Grace. This is a girl named Pauline Shea. Pauline Shea. It says, last year I was working in my former workplace where I was starting to feel mediocre. I had lost all motivation for applying for new jobs. Thank God during that time I came across your message on vision boards. Enthusiastically, I wrote down all the positive expectations and benefits I perceived in my new workplace. I am very humbled to say I got my new job within 1 month. Pauline, this is amazing, and you are totally reinforcing my message today. When the vision is clear, the results will appear. So Pauline, we are cheering you on. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing as Pauline did. Get serious about it. Change your mindset from just expecting the worst to believe in God for the best. The best can happen in your life. So I want to ask you right now to subscribe to this podcast so I can continue walking you through the process of not only making a vision board, but getting so crystal clear, getting your goals on paper from just, a goal on paper to a dream in your hand. So all you got to do is go to terry.com/worksheet to get your free download today. And if you've never subscribed, like I said, subscribe to the podcast and be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, so I can keep you motivated to live your dreams. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.